Good evening and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How are you tonight? I hope you're all well. So then, it is the beginning of the month, and of course that means that we have a brand new channel sponsor and a brand new project. I am delighted to announce our sponsor being Atlantis Miniatures and the Army Painter. So I am really excited about tonight. We've got lots of fantastic miniatures to take a look at, and then we're going to take a look at the paint range and the hobby supplies from the Army Painter. And also on top of that, I will have a discount code to give you for the Army Painter, which will get you 10% off everything within their online store. We do have Adam from the Army Painter on the channel with us. He has just been explaining a little bit about the range of paints in regard to what seems to be a common misunderstanding in the fact of that additional medium is placed purposely into the bottles so that us painters receive the paint in 100% condition, primed, ready to go. We just squirt out that extra medium, give it a good shake, and there we are. We don't have any paint drying up before we get it, because we don't know how long those paints have been in the warehouse, have been on the retailer's shelves. So we always get them in the best condition possible. So this is the troll that is being painted up this month. And as I said, I've done a two-stage prime. So what I did is, Army Painter have been incredibly generous and provided a whole load of supplies for the channel to aid in this process. So this is one of their primers, which this particular one is the leather brown. And they do a range of color primers, which then are 100% color match to their actual paints. And this is perfect. So I've primed this miniature. I need to accentuate maybe some of the shadows or some of the areas that I didn't quite hit with the primer. I can use the paint to touch up, and I've got 100% certainty that the color will be exact, which is brilliant. The fact that this also is a primer and not just a spray paint, obviously, gives you a good base to be able to put your paint on top of. So in fact, when I did look at this, I don't know if you can see, but in this sort of recess here where his head is, I've not managed to get any of the original primer in there. So I'll be able to touch that up and go over it. And again, probably some areas around here. And of course, took with Pascal's tutorial from last week, I might want to boost up all of the shadows on these spheres. So again, I can use this dark leather brown to do that. And then by the same token, he's had a highlight, again, to show where the highlights and shadows are. Oh yes, even darker. Yes, yes, yes. No, don't worry, I know. Yeah, when I saw the extremes of yours, I know where I'm going. So my highlight was the skeleton bone. And again, we've got the skeleton bone, 100% color match. So I can boost up the highlighted areas should I wish. Or certainly I could use this as a color to then add lighter colors into, and it's within the same sort of banding of color tone, I guess is the best way to describe it, isn't it? So having your primer and having your paint the same color really does help. Zool suggesting some sort of disclaimer about the excess medium, and Adam just saying yes, that's going to illustrate the differences between their paints. Indeed, I thought this was also really good, and Adam, please correct me if I'm wrong. Do you send this out with all orders? Because this is a really handy guide as far as how to, as a new painter, how to use the paint range to the best effect. And it seems that your sort of main sort of word here is get more time for gaming. This is brilliant. It really does take you through each step to basically get your miniatures painted as quickly as possible to be able to get them onto the battlefield and start enjoying your miniature. So we do get a lot of new painters on the channel, and I would most definitely consider myself in that area as well. So I've found this really, really good to read through, to understand. All the things, we got the range of primers here, and then again showing examples of how different primers could potentially give you different effects on a similar character. Which is great. And here we go. So in fact, Zul, you've just mentioned something. So base coating with war paints, medium out first. So in fact, here we go. The Shake It baby. The heavy and super quality pigments will fall to the bottom. Shake it vigorous before use. First time you use war paint, after shaking it first, dip the first 4 drops into a tissue, as acrylic medium will always be at the drop of neck, flowing out first. But again, this is a brilliant guide for anybody new into painting. And that, I would say, you know, this is obviously one of the strongest points on the Army Painter range, is that as a new painter, they've got you covered. They have pretty much everything you need, but also the guidance to be able to sort of take you through the process and to get minis painted, and for you to feel confident that you're getting your minis done. All right, so Ado's just saying that you like the washes. That will lead me on nicely. So here we go. We have the Army Painter wash set. And so dark tone, strong tone, flesh wash, soft tone. Right, so Ado, you recognize these washes as being some of the best available in that case, yeah? All right, well guys, since you're talking about super affordable, let's make it a little bit easier for you, yes? So then, exclamation Army Painter will give you the details and a link to the website and to the web store. As usual, put your items in the cart, and then there is an area to put a discount code in, and it is TAP, the Army Painter Monkey. That is your discount code. That will get you 10% off. So Sarah has been talking, has been a great advocate for the Army Painter tufts. So only fair to show these off. Here's some Swampland tufts. Very nice. And then we have some jungle tufts. As you've seen, I'm doing quite a bit of scenery. Again, as I say, Army Painter pretty much have everything that you possibly could need. So we've got an Army Painter saw here, which is perfect for slicing up scenery or taking minis off their metal stands, so you can glue them onto your bases. So I can't wait to try out some of these brushes. I got a nice stippling brush here. And then what have we got here? So this is the Insane Detail Brush. And that is... that is insane. And then, so it's a nice range of brushes here. So we've got large dry brush, which has an angled edge. You're not threatening your son, are you? So this is a detail brush. Again, just an awesome point. And they feel good in your hand. It's this sort of a tri design of the actual handle. That just feels very very natural. Fits nicely on your hand there. I've got good control. I think that'll be good. What have we got here? Small dry brush. Again, angled for the edges. Monster brush. So we're just laying down paint on this one. So this will be ideal for our troll. Yep, I can see that. Alright. What have we got here? This is... oh, stippling brush, we've already done that one. Oh, we actually got two. We've got two stippling brushes. Okay. Regiment brush. So this is just, I think, just the basic... I suppose this will be the equivalent of maybe a 1 or a 2. Vehicles and terrain. Good size. This is the Psycho. And that is, as they say, molecular precision. That is so small. And then finally, this is the Kalinsky Masterclass brush. So there we go. So that's the mega brush set. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow night. Until then, bye-bye for now.